Hey guys, welcome to Gardening in the Bird with your girl Portia. I want you guys to come follow me on my journey of doing the Three Sisters. If you're not familiar with the Three Sisters are corn, melon slash squash, and beans. So the squash is supposed to be more like a ground cover for it, and then of course your corn, and then your bean crawl up on your corn. Corn basically gives the beans a trellis, and corn needs a lot of nitrogen, and your beans give it nitrogen. So I made this little 6x5 small bed. I took about 2 inches of dirt out of it. I then put some liquid fertilizer with my rabbit poop and some water, let it sit for a couple of days, and pour it down here. Then I put a sprinkle of bone meal down here, and then I topped it off with some cow manure that I had got from the local nursery. Then I planted my corn from seed in this bed. Now this one right here is the yellow squash, and that one right there is the zucchini. I planted those from seed in trays, and then I transplanted them out. I'm looking now, it look like I planted them too close together, but because they're still young, I just want to see if they make it. And if they make it, then of course I'll just clip one off. But the corn, I planted this corn about 5 days ago, and this is where we're at with it. I'm gonna wait until it gets about between 11 and 12 inches, and then I'm going to direct sow my pole beans. I'm going to sow 2 beans per corn. So come follow me on this journey here in zone 9B, and we are in the beginning of February right now. So let's see what happens next. Let's go ahead and drop some bone meal in this bed with the corn and the squash. Let's give this corn a real good feeding. Corn are heavy feeders. Drop the fertilizer. Just drop 2 bean seeds per corn stalk. Zucchini, squash, sweet corn, beans. Let's see what this Three Sisters is all about. Okay guys, it's been 3 weeks of growth here in the cornfield. I got my squasher zucchinis that's flowering, and I'm using BT and Dawn dish soap, and I'm just lightly spraying the stem and the root where it touches the ground at, because I don't want no worms to get in it and kill it. I would really appreciate it if I got some squash and zucchini this season. But as you can tell, my beans are slowly coming up, and they're going to wrap around the corn. I got a couple of weeds. I'm going to pull them though. But this is about 3 weeks of growth. There go a bean. There go a weed. There go a weed. Weed. So yeah, I'm going to go pull these weeds up and go ahead and mulch this bed, and hopefully that will slow down some of the weed activity that I am having in this bed, because I come out here quite regularly to pull my weeds, because corn is a heavy feeder and I don't want it to have no competition. So yeah, she is doing good. Go ahead and mulch her real quick, and I'll keep y'all updated. Okay, here he is. And March, today's March 3rd. It's my birthday month. Birthday March 18th. But update on the corn. The corn is now to a little above my knees. I came out and clipped all the squash or the zucchini, both of them, because I don't know which one is which, but I went ahead and clipped the bottom stems that was dragging on the ground. I clipped them, one to help to give the make airflow. As you can see, it's pretty windy this morning. And I have a whole bunch of male flowers. Let's see if I can show y'all. So this stem, that's a male, and it has a flower at the end. And this stem is a male because the stem is skinny with the flower at the end. And it looks like this will be a squash because I have a baby. This is what you would call a female because she has the fruit on the bottom and then her flower. So her flower's not open yet, but it looks like she already been pollinated. And I see another female. So she looks like she's been pollinated, and I really hope so because I did not hand pollinate her. I have quite a few bees and stuff in my garden, so we're going to hope for the best with her. So now we know that that is a yellow squash. This one doesn't have any females at all, just a whole bunch of males. But you see like the mildew from the wetness when you water, when it rains, and the airflow don't dry it. So I went ahead and trimmed the bottom leaves. I think this is a melon, but it has nothing but female flowers. So just a quick update of my three sisters. Squash, corn, and the beans are in between, which they are coming up. You just can't see them right now. My three sisters are looking pretty good. My beans are coming up. I got some fruit. I hand pollinated just to play it safe, but I'm pretty sure I had bees and stuff around here. My corn, I have noticed a couple of my plants, and I'll show y'all just a moment. I've been clipping the lower leaves of my squash plants to keep them from scrubbing the ground and stuff like that. Watching out for the worm. But my corn, I decided to pull one apart, and I got all four of them that was in here. But I had little worms already coming in, and when you unravel this, you can see the tusk trying to form, but the worms were eating at the tusk. So I only checked like 4 stalks, and out of 4 stalks I got a total of like 8 worms. That is way too many for me. I do agree you should plant more for this very reason right here. Just in case one gets tackled by insects, you will have more. But when you're in a small backyard garden, you kind of need all of what you plant. So I was well prepared for this, even though I was expecting for it to get a little bit higher up before I have these pest issues, but we got some BT. I'm gonna dilute it with a little water and spray it inside. Actually drop it. If you have small children, if you get Tylenol or Aleve for infants, they have the little suction cup in it. I'm going to dilute it, and I'm just going to drop it right in the center of all of my corn stalks to slow these suckers down, because like I said, I only planted every bit of a handful. 3, 6, 9, 12, 16. I'm probably looking at a good 30 corn plants, and 4 to 5 of them already had worms on them. So I'm gonna go ahead and nip this in the bud, and let's continue on up till we harvest squash, beans, or corn, whichever one does good. But the beans are coming in. I'm loving the fact the beans are slowly coming in. So yeah, let's get rid of these worms, and I'll keep y'all updated. So I decided to show you guys what I'm gonna do. So this is a bowl that I'm not using in my kitchen, so it doesn't go back in the kitchen. This is the little infant drop I coupon, so anything that's a deal, I get it. So I have several of these, but I'll just keep this one in the garden. And I'm gonna mix it with a little water. And right now we're looking at roughly around 6 o'clock in the evening. Perfect time to do this. I recommend early morning, late evening. Unfortunately, I work early morning, so everything I do in the garden is late evening. I'm gonna mix it very well. And then I have a spray bottle, because when I get done, I'm gonna spray the leaves well. And I'm gonna do this once a week. Now that I see caterpillar performance, I'm gonna do it once a week. So I only have one hand. Let's see what I can do with one hand. I don't want to go get my tripod. But just like that. And let's go put it in the corn. So that's pretty much at the center. And I'm just gonna push it down. And I'm gonna go around and do that to all of my corn. And then I'm gonna pour the remaining in the spray bottle, and I'm gonna come through and just spray the leaves. So if you're having issues with your corn, where the first sign, I should have seen it from the get-go, the first sign of caterpillar eating them, immediately go get you some BT. I mean, you can hand pick them, but I mean, I have a small corn hull right here, and I'm not for to go through each individual one. But if you can catch them ahead of time, that's fine. If not, get you some BT, skirt it right in the center of your corn, and do it like once a week, and you'll see a difference. So let me go ahead and get this done before it gets dark on me. Update on the corn. I'm not sure what's going on with my corn at the moment. I have harvested one squash so far, and there's another one. The plant's looking pretty healthy. I did spray it with some Nemic oil a while back. I have grasshoppers that seems to be attracted to my corn. I think I showed you guys before, something was eating my corn, and it may be them. Something was eating my corn, but I sprayed it with Nemic oil, and I dropped some BT inside the stalks because I had the little corn worm. So I did drop some of that in there. It looked like it slowed it down, but at this point I have no idea what's going on with the corn. But here is my zucchini. I think I was telling you guys before, I couldn't remember, was the zucchini planted in the front or the back. And the zucchini is in the back. This is the zucchini, and as you can tell, oh, I done broke that limb. I have 3 zucchinis on here, and then I have some on this one. So my beans are also doing good. Again, I'm not sure what's going on with the corn. So the beans are doing good. I done harvest 2 squashes, the yellow squash, and I see I still have some coming. My corn has the little tusks coming out of some of them. So I am very excited about that. And I got 2 things that was eating my corn, y'all. So I finally controlled the little corn worm by dropping with a little water and dish soap, and I drop it in between each tusk. And I'm finally seeing a difference on that. But then I have these buggers here. They be all over my corn. The little black grasshoppers. I mean, they love the corn. They be on the leaves. I just brushed them off, and they just waiting on me to walk away so they can get right back on it. But they are all over my corn. And we have some good news. I have some zucchini grasshoppers coming up. I'm excited about that. I need to come out here and spray my zucchini with some Nemic oil or something. Looks like they have like the little mildew spots on them, but see, I need to clip that one. I normally clip them when they have the little mildew spots, and then I normally trim the leaves so that I can get some airflow to circulate through it. So I'll do that once the sun go down, because right now it's kind of hot. I just want to walk out here and show you guys what is going on with the corn, and so far it is looking good. Can't wait to harvest. So I wouldn't be right if I didn't tell you guys the truth. This is my corn patch, and it went downhill within 3 weeks ago. I came out here and looked through them and found some worms in there. I thought I sprayed BT on them and got rid of them, but then the grasshoppers came and they was eating it up so bad that I checked, and as you can tell, it has the tussle on it, but it is so soft and gushy, like somehow it must be some worm still got a hold to it. So I went through and clipped all the corn. Now we had the first week of April here in Central Florida. So I am going to try my best to come out here and replant corn. I'm really going to try. I didn't pull it from the root, so I'm going to try my best to come out here and replant it. My zucchini looks okay for the most part. I see a couple of them that turned brown. So I got to see what's going on with that. Is that a split? So I got to see what's going on with that. It could be that the corn just overcrowded it. It could be doesn't have enough fertilizer. So while this is like this, I can go ahead and fertilize this with a liquid fertilizer along with my yellow squash liquid fertilizer. Then I'm going to fertilize this whole bed with liquid fertilizer and let it sit for a day or two. Like I said, we're in the first week of April here, so I still got time to plant another set of corn. So I'm not going to give up. Look at this guy hiding. He's the reason why I got to start over. So if y'all see these, we call them grasshoppers here. You're going to have to go ahead and kill them. Don't let them survive in your garden. They'll kill your whole crop. So I'm gonna go ahead. I'm actually gonna put this corn stalk in the dumpster, not in my compost and not in my garden trash bag. I mean my garden trash can, because I did go open some of them up and they still had the little worms in it. So I'm just gonna take the whole thing to the dumpster. So what I'm gonna go ahead and do is clear this space out. I'm gonna clear this space out and make another corn bed. I still have time. Like I said, technically my spring don't start to the 22nd of March. I may be pushing it, but even today it's just a little cooler outside. So I may be pushing it, but I'm gonna go ahead and start another bed right over here. And I'm gonna do the same thing. I'm gonna do corn, zucchini, and squash in this bed.